Now we are locked and loaded for our very next recipe. This Clover classic dairy snack, Biltong and caramelized onion quiche, is not one that you'll easily forget. It is delicious, salty, creamy, and perfect for that weekend meal. Lalela, we're keeping it special, Jay. We've seen you with Kumi. Now welcome to the kitchen.
Thanks, girls. And Marcel, I must say, nice to quiche you. Meet you. I struggle with jokes on the show, but I'm glad that you're laughing.
I did laugh. I didn't expect that.
Pali. Are we going to get into it?
Let's get into it. I just want to I think this is a 10 out of 10, not like your jokes.
Yes, I want to taste that.
Okay, awesome. So, Marcel, you're just going to be chopping up a few things, a few ingredients. We want to have nice bite-sized pieces in our quiche. So we've got some cherry tomatoes there, some biltong. Now, before you get started, have you ever been shown flames by a cherry tomato?
No.
Like trying to cut a cherry tomato.
I have.
Yes. So I've actually provided you with a serrated knife, and that's the key to cutting cherry tomato. That will avoid you from squirting. So if you can start with that, and I'll get started on the quiche pali. So we've got 4 eggs in our bowl. We're gonna whisk that up with some cream. And to add to this deliciously creamy texture of our quiche today, I'm going to be adding some Clover Classic Dairy Snack, the plain flavor. And this is just a delicious and smooth dairy snack that can be added to a dish like a quiche, and it will just give a nice creamy and refreshing relief from a dish like this because it's so jam-packed with flavor.
Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes biltong can become very, very heavy. At the end of the day, it is red meat. So with that heaviness, being able to keep it in a quiche is going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking Marcel over there to just chop it a little bit smaller so that you get just bite-sized chunks in your quiche. You
and
don't want
doesn't sink to the bottom.
We've also chosen to use the slices, also just because they are a bit more delicate. So you try and get slices that are a little bit more moist because remember, it is going to be cooking at the end of the day.
I like that. Okay, Marcel, I want to find out from you. We are celebrating National Biltong Day, hence the biltong filling. But if you were to kind of think up a recipe that has your favorite quiche ingredients, we're keeping it quiche-y clean.
Okay.
What would it be?
I think the caramelized onions is a big one for me. And then lots of spinach and mushrooms.
Match made in heaven. A match made in heaven. You just missed the feta. What happened to the feta,
Of course, the feta as well. You're putting me under pressure here.
I love a good spinach and feta quiche, and with the caramelized onions, it looks incredible.
Speaking of caramelized onions, we've got some caramelized onions in here. So we've done this ahead of time, and I'm just going to ask you to pop some of that biltong on. So we're going to put that at the base of our quiche. Okay, now we've blind baked our pastry already, which essentially means pre-cooking it, just for a couple of minutes, just so that it starts the cooking process. And some of your beautiful tomatoes. How is the serrated knife?
So much better.
So much better, right? And then what we're going to do is we're just going to pour our egg mixture on it. Now we're making a miniature quiche. So the quantities in this recipe will give you a nice family-sized quiche, but you can also do mini ones. You could do them in cupcakes, and then we're just going to pour over that mixture.
Yeah, I got to taste, Marcel. I got to taste, girl. Do not beef with me.
Don't worry, girl. I got you covered. We're going to have a slice of that at the end of today's show and enjoy all of
this is so special.
Recipes.
I can just imagine entertaining with this incredible quiche. It's very, very flavorful. And sometimes biltong can be salty, but it isn't that salty. It hasn't overpowered the quiche. Definitely still celebrating all the natural flavors of quiche. So what would the baking times be on that? So
for this sort of size pali, in a preheated oven, 180 degrees for about 20 minutes. Again, with a quiche, you don't want a solid end product. So keep your eye on it. If it has a bit of a jiggle in the center, you're good to go.
And is it one of those things that when you take it out of the oven, it keeps cooking itself, or does it stop cooking?
So obviously, it will retain that heat and continue cooking using the residual heat, and that's exactly why you want it. Just a little bit wobbly, and then it will be perfectly set and in time to enjoy.
Done and dusted. Do you see yourself trying this recipe at home?
100%.
And if you are also 100% on trying this recipe at home, simply head over to afternoonexpress.co.za. I think it's time to get Dumi back in the kitchen after these.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic.
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste. Made with love by Clover.